So, page 399 at the bottom. All right. Shh. There we go. Okay. Shh. Determine the equation of the following lines. As soon as you see the words, first of all, we only deal with linear in grade 10. Stop talking. We only deal with linear in grade 10. We only deal with linear in grade 10. So when they say determine the equation, you know the equation is going to be that. Okay? Now we will manipulate that later on. There's two other equations that we'll learn. But for right now, when I say determine the equation, that's the equation we need to make. So to use that equation, what two pieces of information do we need to figure out? Slope and y-intercept, right? We need to figure out what m is and what b is. Okay, so first part of this says, determine the equation of the following lines. A line that is parallel. As soon as you see the word parallel, what does that mean the slopes are? That's perpendicular. You don't have to apologize. That's perpendicular. Parallel lines have the same slope. All right? So parallel means same slope. So it's parallel to this line. What is the slope of that line? 1/3. So the slope that we need is 1/3. Okay. Elsa. So if the slope is 1/3, we've got one piece of information. Second part is it has the same y-intercept. If I say y-intercept, what letter am I talking about? B. As this equation. What's the y-intercept of that equation? -7. So now I know M, I know B. What do I do with those pieces of information? Just plug them into your equation. So the equation of our line is y is equal to 1/3 x minus 7. That is the equation of a line that is parallel to this line, has the same slope, and has the same y-intercept as that line. Okay? That's the most straightforward form because you don't really have to do anything. You just have to look at the lines and pull information out. But we can increase the difficulty of this. I know, super exciting. So, a line passing through the point 0, 9, okay? If you see a point and the is this what do I want to say? Is this 0, x, or y? X, right? Because you always write the x value first. So if your x value is 0, what is that actual point representing? Yes. So this is the y-intercept. It means your b value is 9. All right, we got one piece of information. We have b. Now I need to figure out m. They tell us it's perpendicular to the line joining these 2 points. So if you don't have to draw a visual, but if I drew a visual of that, 2, -6 is there. And -5, 0 is there. So our line is perpendicular to this line. As soon as you see the word perpendicular, what piece of information do you need to figure out? You got to figure out slope. But we have 2 points. What's the slope equation for 2 points? I will give you all these equations, but does anybody remember it? Oh, Bryden. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, does it matter what you call set 1, set 2? No, it does not. So I'll just call this set 1, this set 2. So y2 is going to be -6. y1 is going to be 0. x2 is good. I did that backwards, didn't I? Do you want me to erase the 1 and the 2 or erase those? Okay, because you already all labeled yours. 0 minus negative 6 over negative 5 minus 2. There we go. What's 0 minus negative 6? 6. Negative 5 minus 2? Negative 7. Okay, that's the slope of those 2 points. Does our line have the same slope? No, because it is perpendicular. So, M, do you remember this symbol that I gave you last week? M with the little meet at a right angle thing? That's perpendicular. How do you find the slope of a perpendicular line? Flip and put a negative in front of it. So it becomes 7 over 6. And then I'll just show everything. I'll put a negative in front of it. So what happens to the negatives? They will cancel out. Let me write this out so it's a little more clear. So I got 7 over 6. All right. So that is my slope of the line. So now I have my slope. I have my y-intercept. What's the equation? So it's mx plus b, 7 over 6x plus 9. And that's it. No. No. Sorry. Can I go to the next part?
Wait, can I take a picture of them?
You've got the video. All right. Okay. This is a really bad draw or sketch of a graph, but I'll label these because they don't label them correctly. 2 and 4. All right, we know our x and y intercepts. I need the equation of this line. So, what should I do? What pieces of information can I pull from that graph? Don't worry about the window. Y-intercept. So, what's my b value? 2. What is the slope? How do you find the slope? Rise over the run. So, if I go down to negative 2 over 4, which reduces to negative 1 over 2. So the equation is just negative 1/2 x plus 2. That's it. All right. Are we okay with that? One, 4, and 5, please. Hey. If you have a horizontal line, such as L1 here, this line right here. If you have a horizontal line, what is your slope? Your slope is 0. And the y-intercept here is 5. So if you plug it into mx plus b, it's 0x plus 5. So it's just y is equal to 5. If you have the equation y equals a number, it's a horizontal line. Okay? So what's the equation of L2 here? Y is equal to negative 6. You just go to the y-intercept, which in this case is negative 6, and you get y is equal to negative 6. That's it. You know it's a horizontal line. If there's no, sorry? because it is 0 times x. And 0 times anything, doesn't matter what my x value is 0, right? So if it's just y equals a number, you know it's a horizontal line and it has a slope of 0. If it's a vertical line, like L3 here, okay, what's the slope? No, we did. It's undefined, right? The slope of a vertical line is undefined. So you can't write mx plus b because m is undefined. It doesn't make any sense. So what you write is x equals, and whatever your x value is. So in this case, it is -3. So you just write x is equal to -3. So if you see x equals a number, you know it's a vertical line. Okay? So, like, say on a test, I said sketch y is equal to -1. What would you draw? Horizontal or vertical? Horizontal at -1. If I said x is equal to 5, just mark 5 on your x-axis, and it's a vertical line. Okay? You don't have to do anything, as long as you know those. All right. Is that okay? Okay, and that's what it says at the bottom here. Y is equal to k represents a horizontal line, and x is equal to k represents a vertical line. All right, I'm going to write a couple of questions in. Do you have some space below that, like in here? No? If we cross this out, do you have space in there? Okay. What is the equation of a line? Oh, sorry, hang on. Let me write this out. What line through the point -2, -8, -2 and 8, and we'll do two parts. We'll do an A that is parallel to the y-axis, and B parallel to the x-axis. Okay. So I'm asking for the equation of a line that goes through the point -2, 8 and is parallel to the y-axis. If you actually just draw that out, you can just do a quick sketch. We go through the point -2, 8. -2 and 8 is up there, say. Okay. Parallel to the y-axis. That's the y-axis, that's the x-axis. If I'm parallel to the y-axis, what type of line is it? It's a vertical line, right? So that means the line looks like this. So I'm essentially saying, what's the equation of that line? X equals -2. That's it. If I say, do it in green, it's parallel to the x-axis and goes through that point. If I say parallel to the x-axis, what type of line is it? It's a horizontal line. What's the equation of the green line? Y is equal to 8. Okay? So that's what makes these questions tricky, is the words can change the whole question, right? If I say that a slope is perpendicular, you have to find a slope and then flip it and put a negative. If I say you're parallel to the y-axis, that's a vertical line, parallel to the x-axis is a horizontal line. Is that okay? All right. 6, 9, and then 10 to 13, please. And that will bring us up to the end of Z Day.